me now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now, hate me now. Enemies, hustlers got some mana, but I handle that, so hate me now. Got the Louis slugger, you better cover when I hit a bow. You better be so quick to get it hip when the fish don't show. All my niggas get me creeping slow, and we on that blow. Told the two that I use, searching for an easy man. Demon in me wakes, now I shake and don't feel okay. Yeah, I'm terrified in my mind, so corrupted too. Feel so blizzo, hizzo, off that snizzo, but still keep it smooth. Evil prince, stay so blitz, busy down with Psycho Mike. Scheming, leaning all throughout the night, down in Metro Height. Bitch, you getting sprayed from grenade when I pulled up here. Gets the P here with me, and we always going in. Waking, shaking in my bed. Hey, at least you pray y'all dead. Don't you rest so tears up, call your blizz up when I'm on my man. I face so much crime, stay inside. I have on my mind. Please don't shoot your kids on, send you his on, get your miss online. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Violent face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Violent face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Hate me now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Hate me now. Enemies.
You hate me now, nigga, damn, I thought we was cool. You hate me now, I thought we was cool.
You mad at me now, but all I do is laughing. Then chop a bullet, split him up like he a fraction. He run up on me, think it's chicken, now he past tense. Yes, I am evil Prince, but also Trace, so blast him. I catch him loafing, I'ma up the gun and let it bust. I got them niggas in the car ready to shoot shit up. You mention me, boy, I'm a killer, best not test your luck. Your bitch a groupie, all up in my DMs tryna fuck. These niggas lying in they songs, you know they capping. I'm on the block, I put in work, you niggas slacking. My nigga get jammed up and then we go and post bail. But if your nigga run up, we gon' send his ass to hell. Ain't have a ruler, kept a Ruger when I was in school. I'm hitting ops with this stick like I'm playing pool. Handy manny in this bitch, we got all the tools. You hate me now, damn nigga, I thought we was cool.
We was cool.
Ruled.
How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution,
Defense,
man?
keep the defendant silent. Ruled.
How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution,
Defense,
man?
keep the defendant silent. Ruled.
How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution,
Defense,
man?
keep the defendant silent.
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? MD checking in once again. MD's thought box. I'm gonna make this real brief. I ain't gonna be on here for long, maybe 30 minutes or so. I wanted to talk about inspiring to be the most independent free thinker in this sector of YouTube, right? Politically speaking. I always say it's about the policy, not the person. And I take that to heart. I take to heart the type of republic that we live in the United States. And I try my best to exemplify that in the course of like discussions on what we're talking about in politics, right? That's why I came up with stuff like Arena this week. You know what I'm saying? And hell, Arena abroad. You know what I'm saying? What do I mean when I say the policy, not the person? Let me get this out of the way first, right? If the general election for the presidency of the United States of America comes down to Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I will be voted for Donald Trump. Why? Because if I put the policies on a scale a scale of burden, so to speak, right, for the American citizen. Biden's policies will tip the scale to a point where it'll be ridiculous as far as putting a burden on the American people. I can't rock with that. Trump's policies, on the other hand, is there for and I'll say for the most part, are there to solidify not only fiscal independence but civil independence for the most part. What are some of the things that I don't rock with Trump? Well, Trump plays to his base, and we're gonna talk about who's Trump's base. That's gonna be pretty much the topic of this discussion that I'm having. Trump's base. Trump plays to his base to the point where he goes ultra conservative, and I don't rock with conservatism. At least not that type of conservatism. I may be physically conservative, I'll take that. But morally conservative, nah, I'm not rocking with that. Because this nation ain't built on morals, and I can prove that. I've said it time and time again that when it comes to the primaries, I'm not voting in the Republican primary. I'm voting in the Democratic primary because I plan on voting for Marianne Williamson, because Marianne Williamson talks pretty much everything that I want to hear out of a candidate. Not only does she talk about conservation when it comes to any monetary gains in the government, she talks reparations. She talks Federal Reserve in the sense that everything that we can do within reparations can be done through Federal Reserve. I totally agree. But that don't take away from having a more balanced budget and some of the things that we spend in GDP now. She still talks about that and talks about it in a very conservative way. So does a person like RFK. But RFK ain't rocking with reparations like Marianne Williamson rocking with reparations. So I'm voting for Marianne Williamson in the primary. I'm not even voting in the Republican primary. So I'm not I don't got no dog in the fight when it comes to the Republican primary. Now, here, I'll say this. If I was to vote in the Republican primary, I would vote for Perry Johnson. Period. Yeah, I said it. I wouldn't vote for Trump in the Republican primary because Perry Johnson says everything that I want to hear when it comes to a fiscal sense, meaning monetary, that Trump does not say. Period. But for the sake of being realistic, or for the sake of being non-biased when it comes to certain things that I say from a political sense, I would go on to say that I predict that Trump will win the Republican primary. So therefore, if I'm saying that Trump will win the Republican primary and assuming that Biden will win the Democratic primary, I will vote for Trump. I don't rock with Joe Biden. Didn't rock with him in 2020. But let's talk about the base, right? So people tend to think that because these indictments are coming out on Trump, that it's somehow a rallying cry. Well, in many ways it is for the base, but we're going to talk about the base. That it's a rallying cry for policies of Trump. It's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, from a realistic sense, I could care less. Now I'm talking me personally. I could care less about the indictments because I know that they're essentially a witch hunt. that don't take away from the actual charges in and of itself. What do I mean by that? Meaning, when we look at what a witch hunt is, a witch hunt is something that is uh accusations from an opposition standpoint. I get that. That don't take away from if it's true or not. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. And if it is true, guess what? Trump just violated the Constitution. And that goes against everything that I say when I go live on YouTube. Everything. Because I'm a constitutionalist above anything and everything else. How did he violate the Constitution? Well, according to the charges, there's one particular charge on there that stood out. It's called conspiracy to obstruct rights. What does that mean? Meaning that he attempted, allegedly, he attempted to omit votes in Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and I believe Pennsylvania, according to the indictment report. So how was that obstructed rights? Because you're taking away the right, the suffrage rights of certain American people. If you disagree with them or not is not the point. The fact that you want to omit an inalienable right of an American citizen to vote, whether it was for you or somebody else, is unconstitutional. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if you go out of your way to defend the allegations, you therefore are going out of your way to defend breaking the Constitution. And I will not do that. So I'm going to call a ball, and a strike. You don't like it? Hey, oh well. Because I say I'm a radical Republican. I'm not a MAGA Republican. I'm not a GOP Republican. I pick policy over people. And the policies of Trump supersede the policies of Biden. But the policies of Perry Johnson supersedes the policies of Trump. That's where I'm at with it. Having the libertarian language, I understand that it's about what's going on right here in the dirt of the United States of America. You know, yeah, I'm fascinated by what's going on abroad, but from a political aspect, let all them other countries blow themselves up. More resources, more monetary superiority for us at the end of the day. And that's why Perry Johnson don't have a foreign policy outlook from that aspect. He got a foreign policy outlook, but it just doesn't involve getting involved in foreign affairs. But then that's when you get into the doom and gloom prepper ideology. Oh, the dollar is gonna crash. What are we gonna do about a gold standard when it comes to the monetary issue? What about BRICS? You know what I'm saying? What about OPEC? Blah blah blah. This and that. But you got Trump telling you, "Hey, we need to drill here, so we can get out of those binds in the monetary system of how we look at world resources and a world currency." that shouldn't be something that an average American person should even have to think about. But again, you got the conspiracy theories, you got the tinfoilers that put this shit into your brain, thinking that it's the end all be all when the policy can reverse all that shit. Just got to have the right policy. I'm not Trump's base. Hell, Black Sun ain't Trump's base. Trump's base is the people that's putting out these conspiracy theories about J6. Trump's base is the people that Black Sun showed when Trump had the rally in PA on Saturday, the idiots that was getting interviewed, saying some of the dumbest shit I ever heard. That's Trump's base. That's the people that's bolstering these polls and approval ratings and shit. Not me, not Black Sun. So I could give a shit about the polls. The polls mean nothing at the end of the day. At least not to me. Come holler at me when it's time to go to the ballot box. That's all I care about. Come holler at me when these debates start ramping up. And we can see who's doing tit for tat and who's willing to go head to head. Holler at me then. To the hell with a poll, a Rasmussen poll, a Gallup poll, an AP poll. I ain't voting the shit, so what do I care? That's where we at with it. So what I'm telling you is this. That base that Trump has doesn't constitute what the allegations say about the case. You can hip hip hooray every time he gets indicted all you want. It don't take away from the allegations. And if you think that I'm just going to downplay the allegations because it's Trump, I ain't going to do it, because I'm for the policy, not the person. That don't take away if I agree with Trump's policies or not. That don't take away from that. But it do take away from the personality of that person, which I could give two shits about. But if you fuck with the Constitution, then we got an issue. One of those charges clearly say conspiracy to obstruct rights. Meaning that if you agree with the people that voted against Trump or not, Trump allegedly attempted to take those votes away in certain states. Can't get around that. So what does that mean?
Ruled.
How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution, man?
Defense, keep the defendant silent.
Based on those charges, that's what Trump tried to do. That's what Giuliani tried to do. That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to do. What Eastman tried to do. The guy in Arizona. That's what they tried to do, based on the allegation. And I ain't going for that. Let's talk about Mike Pence. Mike Pence is a dumbass. Mike Pence is a career GOP, go along with the get along Republican. But I commend Mike Pence for what he did during January 6th. Because Mike Pence said, I'm not going for the conspiracy theory, 10-4 QAnon. I'm not going for that. I'm going with the Constitution. Let's get this confirmation hearing going. That's what Mike Pence said. I commend him for that. Because Mike Pence went for the Constitution. And as a result, they wanted to hang him on a makeshift gallows that they made outside the Capitol. That's Trump's base. Not me, not Black Son, those people. That's Trump's base. During the whole Stop the Steal campaign, they were putting out videos doxing people, trying to say, hey, look at this person stuffing ballots, blah, 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 this and that. Turns out it was a Black woman that for the span of a month got death threats, even to the point where 2 men came to her home. Her mother answered the door, and they tried to barge in, asking where the young lady was at. That came up during the January 6th hearings. That's Trump's base. And then come to find out, it was some old receipts in the State Department where she worked at. That's Trump's base, not me. Calling her a nigger. Talk about how she was gonna be hanged from a tree. And all this type of crazy shit. I wish that was my house. Somebody knocked on my door asking for my daughter based on a lie that was told by some dumbasses. Your ass is blown off. What does a ballot look like, Black Son? You got to tell me what a ballot look like. See, and that's the difference between me and Black Son. I'm not going to play that game. I'm sure as shit not going to play that game. So when we put all these things together and we analyze exactly what's going on, that don't take away from if you support Trump or not. Don't take away from it. But it will take away from your integrity if you base something off of falsehood that can't be proven. So simply put, based off the allegations, Trump and the co-conspirators tried to overrule the Constitution. And I'm going to put the Constitution over Trump every single time. Every single time. So that's where I'm at with it. So you know, the question has to become, where do we truly stand when it comes to this Constitution? Are we really with it? Or are we just faking the phone for some popularity contest? Because last I checked, this is a republic. Some things are done democratically. I understand that, but fuck a democracy. What does this piece of paper say we're supposed to do? That's what I go off of. That's what Mike Pence went off of. That's what Raffensperger went off of. That's what Brian Kemp went off of. So that's where I'm at with it, man. Like I said, you know, I'm always bring the news because that's what the arena this week is. It's the news. Despite if it's the news that you agree with or not. You know what I'm saying? When I went live last night, Not even an hour and a half had Trump been indicted. So I really should have been focused on that. So, and we pretty much already know that the curtain call is going to be the Fulton County indictment. It's coming soon to a theater near you. Don't take away from the policy. No matter, no how. But you're not going to get me to be part of that type of base. I'm not going to do it. I'm independent at the end of the day. Hell, I almost want to just flat out call myself libertarian. Well, I mean that's cool, Black. So, hey, let it be shown in the court of law, or you don't rock with that either. Or should we get pitchforks and torches together? That's what Trump base did. Called a nigga and said she's supposed to be hanged and all that. Is you part of that base? I'm not. Yo.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? What's up?
No, I'm glad you mentioned policies because, that's all I do. So I know I was like, when I read the title, I said, oh, okay. You talking to somebody else, you damn sure ain't talking to me because, I be coming with policy back to back with Trump policy. And Trump has the best policy. You know what I'm saying? Even if he goes to jail, I will still vote for Trump. That's where I stand. So when you were talking about, the indictments and this and that, and I don't know, you like pause. I don't know if you're like looking for a reaction. And I was just like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. He's got the best policy.
I ain't looking for no reaction.
Oh, okay.
I'm reacting. I'm reacting off what you said.
What did I say?
It's as if you felt some type of way because I reported on him being indicted like it was just.
Oh no! You mean you were doing the news? But what I was saying is that I didn't maybe, and that's what goes back to what I was saying last night to Apex interpretations. Like me and you and him speak English, and us speaking the same language, I got a different interpretation out of that. So just imagine, and I'm not trying to change the subject, a whole different language of a whole nother book of a whole nother culture. So that's all I was saying. So we live in the United States of America. We both are looking at this whole process. And when you did the show last night, I just got an interpretation like you wanted me to react to it. Like, oh my gosh, Trump got indicted. It's like, I mean, okay, yeah.
How did you think me reporting on Trump being indicted, which had just happened,
right?
How did you think I wanted a reaction out of you?
Oh no, that was just an interpretation. So again, I was wrong. That was my interpretation. So I just interpreted at that time. You corrected it, so we good. I guess we good. It's just people have their own interpretations. That's what is the beauty of humanity, is that we can interpret things how we want, and then we can come back and correct it. So yeah, I stand corrected, but it just seemed like that's how I interpreted it at the time. But now that you're clearing it, okay, cool.
Okay,
I said last night, he can get 100 indictments, and I'm still voting for Trump because he had the best goddamn policies, and he blows Biden up out of water. It's going to be Biden and Trump. It ain't going to be nobody else. He's 38% ahead of goddamn DeSantis. It's over with. It's over.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. But I get it.
That's what I said in the beginning. That don't take away from my vote for Trump.
Oh, no. Even if, I'm not saying it don't take away your vote from Trump. What I'm saying is that some people, because you said, there's still the primaries. Me, when I see 38%, it's a wash. But again, some people, you know what, I interpret it like, okay, all these guys are fighting to be his vice president. That's the way I interpreted it. Again, interpretation.
That's cool. That's cool. But what I'm saying is, even if I was to vote in the primary election on the Republican side, I will vote for Perry Johnson from the stuff that I've been researching.
Okay, so then
That
he'll
don't
be Trump's vice
that don't
president.
take. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen either. But in
Oh,
any case, that's what I'm looking at. That don't take away. So when we talk about Trump and Biden, if that's the focal point, of course I'm voting for Trump. Trump outweigh from a huge margin, especially Biden. Man, it's no way possible. I vote for this damn a bird that's in front of my truck if it
same
came down
here.
to the bird and Biden.
Right, right. I same here. I'm the same way. However,
Well,
you said last night too. I wanted to address something that you said last night. Oh shit! I lost my goddamn train of thought. You was go ahead, man. I lost my damn thought that quick. Shit, because it was
but
something you said that was significant, and I was like, oh fuck. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm damn.
you talking about the juries?
No, it wasn't the jury. It was
Because I mean that's pretty
ah
much
fuck.
all I was talking about.
Yeah,
About
but you had brought up some other significant points in there also. Even though you were talking majority of that, you had brought up a point about the whole thing. Um, oh fuck, I can't remember, bro. I think it was regarding like Mike Pence and DeSantis something. I can't remember. It'll come back to me. Go ahead, bro. It'll come back to me.
but in any event, I would vote for Trump. That still don't take away from the outlook of the allegations in the report in the indictment. The allegations say that he violated the Constitution. That's what the allegations say. So if I'm to think logically, and I'm a person that stand on the Constitution, I would then say to myself, huh, this guy, allegedly, now we talking all alleged. I ain't
Allegedly,
speaking,
right,
we talking all allegedly.
right.
This guy called Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada to try to
Allegedly,
get, allegedly,
allegedly. Okay.
to try to get votes pulled from the election. Therefore, you're violating the personal right of the American people. That's why they put the charge of conspiracy to obstruct rights in the charges. How am I supposed to look at that as a person that tout the Constitution?
Well, I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. I look at it as innocent until proven guilty, just like how you told
Of
me.
course.
I like I don't know what a ballot looks like. Like I clearly saw that lady stuffing ballots, straight up. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their day in court. I'm saying I'm looking at all this. It's not gonna make it to court, and all this is allegedly. So again, I can only go by, like I said, Trump's policies and the way, like I said, the way goddamn Biden is goddamn tearing this country down and shit. Hell, he's violating constitutional goddamn rights left and right. You know,
I agree.
shit. I mean, hell, I didn't even goddamn throw in an article where goddamn Biden allowed Zelensky to goddamn torture an American citizen over there, a journalist over in goddamn Ukraine. I'm sure all kind of constitutional rights was violated. Since we're talking about
Right.
constitutional rights. And now the man is missing. He had to hop on a bicycle with one rib and try to goddamn go to the goddamn border in Hungary. American citizen now, under Biden, under Joe Biden.
Right.
So,
Yeah, like I said, you ain't gonna get no argument from me if you trying to compare Trump being unconstitutional to Biden being unconstitutional.
right.
I mean,
No, I don't think neither one of them should be unconstitutional. But again, the shit with Trump is alleged. This
it's a
missing
legend.
journalist, this missing journalist, no, he's missing for real. He's missing for real. Like, they can't find him. An American citizen now. So, and nobody talks about God, but I mean, I guess it's pointless to bring up Obama with the habeas corpus violation killing 3 American citizens without a damn due trial. But, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like having you on the show, because you're on the level to understand when we can have this discourse, you know, to talk Constitution, to talk goddamn human rights and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Policies and shit. So yeah, but you know, again, why wait 2 years later? That's all I'm saying. You wait until the goddamn election to bring all this shit up. You had almost 3 years to goddamn bring this shit up if it was that goddamn important. That's why I'm calling bullshit.
So again,
I can't get upset. I can't get upset over something that if it was such a goddamn violation, you should have brought that shit up 3 years ago. Not you, but you know.
I mean, I get what you're saying,
Because
but that don't take away from the allegation. I mean, I'll give a damn if it was 5-10 years ago.
well,
Don't
but
take
see,
away from the allegation.
the thing is, in the legal world, and this is why they call the term kick the can down the road and shit. The older the case gets, the weaker it gets. So they know this. Especially dealing with federal cases, they know this. Like, why would you wait and sit on shit and bullshit around and wait until you see the numbers and wait until you see, oh, Trump's ahead and he's got this momentum. Oh, we want to bring the indictments. I'm calling it witch hunt. That's what I wanted to say. It's a straight up witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. It's bullshit. That's why I can't take it seriously. I hear the charges. Yeah, they can charge you with anything. I get it. But I'm calling bullshit. It's fucking bullshit because you wait this fucking long. You wait this goddamn long to say, oh, well, Trump had a conspiracy. You know, conspiracy is one of the easiest cases to get charged with. And you mean you're going to wait 3 years to charge you conspiracy? You don't know how a conspiracy is defined legally, right? And how easy it is to get charged with conspiracy. Conspiracy simply means that me and you, we have a conversation about something and you know, to commit a crime. That's conspiracy.
Well, that's all throughout the indictment conversation.
Right, and it takes you 3 years. 3 year? 3 years. It's a witch hunt. It's bullshit.
I agree with everything you just said. That still don't take away from the allegation.
It takes away from the allegations. It actually does. It takes away from the allegations.
Not from the sense of your personal perception of what transpired. I'm not looking at it legally. That's
what I'm looking at it legally. Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm looking at it legally. Okay. Well, that's why we're all individuals and we all make individual choices. And I'm glad that you said what you said about me with the diet because, it's all about individual. Like, I'm not moved by it. But I hear what you're saying. I would never take that away from you. I'm not moved by it because their credibility shot. That they would take 3 years to damn do this shit. It's shot. The credibility is shot to me. It fucks up the whole case. Because you don't kick down the can. The prosecution don't kick the can down the road. The defense does.
Yeah, I agree with that. But that I mean, that wasn't necessarily my point.
Okay.
My point was to say that the allegations, based on my perception of being a constitutionalist, takes personal effect in regards to how I perceive that person. It don't take away from the policy. That's why I named the show The Policy Over the Person.
Personality, got you.
The other half of it was fuck the polls because the polls are based on a specific base. Black Son, when you did that live stream on Saturday, and Trump had that rally in PA, on the first half of that live stream, they was outside interviewing them people.
Right.
Some of those people said some of the dumbest shit that I've heard.
I get it, bro. I get it.
That's Trump's base. That's Trump's base, not me.
Right, but that still doesn't take away from them being fired up. So you can say they were dumbasses, they're hicks, they're inbred. I get all that, but they're still fired up at the end of the day. So how you gonna goddamn
what is them being fired up? What is that based on though? That's based on clearly the allegations. Is it not?
I mean, You can say that. You can say this. I mean, there's so many reasons. I'm just giving me, it's firing me up. But there's so many, and people saying that, oh, it's firing up because they cheated in the last election. So they fired up from there. So there's so many reasons. Then you got first-time homeowners saying, man, I bought my first home under Trump. Man, I'm going to vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? So I can't go and tell you why they're doing it. I can only tell you why I'm doing it. But I'm fired up every time I hear about these allegations because the allegations are designed to scare voters away. Let's just keep it real. Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You broke up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm under a bridge. Hold on. Yeah.
At least on
my
end.
How about now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, my phone's messed up. No, those charges, because they're not going to convict. First of all, that's why I said last night, Trump is not going to jail. And most of these charges are like conspiracy charges. It's like they're reaching. But the whole point of all this is not to lock Trump up. The whole point is to discredit him in the eyes of his voters, to discourage us as voters. That's the whole reason behind this shit. And this shit is having a Streisand effect.
Well, I would argue if you're allowing the charges to play a role in how you vote for them, then that's an issue all in itself.
Yeah, but that's how they're thinking. It's not working out that way. That's how the people who decided to wait 3 years and bring up this charge, that's how fucking they're thinking. The dumbass in Fulton County, the dumbass in New York, the dumbass in Mar-a-Lago, and the fucking dumbass in D.C. That's how their dumbasses think. They're thinking that, oh, we're going to discredit Trump in front of his voters, and it's how to have that effect. That's how they think. You need to talk to them about that dumb shit, MD. Not Trump's voters and not Trump's base, because it's not working. That's what I mean by the polls are good, because I know why they're doing this. Like you said yesterday, is it a witch hunt? I said, yeah, without even blinking and hesitating. It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. You wait 3 years? Come on now. Oh, damn, it's a fucking accident up here. Sorry about that. Yeah, you wait 3 years, dude. Come on now. You wait 3 years on a conspiracy, conspiracy is one of the easiest charges to get, period. And you wait 3 fucking years. You wait 3 years. Come on now.
So you keep saying they waited. Do you not have to have an investigation now? They just finised
it don't take no
with
3 years,
the
bro.
J6.
No, it don't take no 3 years, bro. It don't take.
But they just got finished with the J6 hearing.
So they say that's
like
bullshit.
A couple months ago.
That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
What you mean it's bullshit? It was on TV.
It don't take 3 years. Wait, it was 3 years ago that it was on TV.
No, they just finished that.
What do you mean they just finished it? It does not
take J6 hearing.
Right, and they're telling you, and you believing that it took them that long. It don't take them that long on a conspiracy case, especially. I ain't saying
that I'm telling you that the J6 hearing just finished up a couple months ago. That's all I said.
Right, and I'm calling bullshit is what I'm telling you. I'm calling bullshit. I've seen enough cases in my life to not know, especially on a conspiracy case, when I see bullshit. It don't take that, especially when you got recordings and you got damn shit in writing. It don't take that long.
What about the sequence of events, though, Black Son? What about the sequence of events? They just had the Dominion machine case. That just happened not too long ago. It's a sequence of events that you missed.
No, but what you're missing is that when you have a conspiracy and you have things in writing and recording, it doesn't take that long. I'm strictly just talking about, like you said, they got recordings of him talking on the podium. It don't take that long. If it was that serious, they would have goddamn indicted him 3 years ago. That's bullshit. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, man, it has no credibility, man. Don't hold your breath. Trump's not going to jail. So what is the whole point of it? He's not going to jail. And he's still going to run. The whole point of this, MD, is to discredit him in front of the voters. That's it. What other reason? Do you really believe they're doing all this to send him to jail? Seriously? Because if you believe that, I got a bridge I want to sell you in New Jersey.
I
You
don't remember.
really
I don't
think?
remember saying none of that.
No. I'm asking you now. Do you believe he's really going to jail?
I don't know if he's going to jail. I don't know. I don't
He's
know.
not. Well, I'll tell you now. He's not.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna make.
He's
I'm not gonna make no
not.
assumptions on that.
He's not. I'm gonna tell you that right now because all these charges are a foot away from goddamn misdemeanor. They had to bump all these charges up to goddamn a felony. That's how I know he's not gonna do a day in fucking jail. At worst, he might get an ankle monitor while he's running, but he's not gonna do a day in jail. It's not gonna happen. So these motherfuckers are holding their breath. Oh, Trump's going to jail. It's not like, yo, come to reality. It's not going to happen.
Well, I told you, I don't even think that any of the cases are going to be prosecuted before 2024. So, that wasn't
No,
my
it's
point.
not. Yeah, well, I know your point. Your point is the allegations. The allegations, and it would, I would say hypothetically, it would work because they're just allegations. You can charge anybody with anything. And the whole purpose is to deter you and me and the rest of his voters away from voting for him. That is the whole purpose. Let's clear through all the bullshit. Let's clear through all the smoke. It's to goddamn discredit him in front of the voters. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. All this is just to discredit him in front of the voters. You gotta discourage the voters. It is not to lock Trump up. He won't do a fucking day in jail.
I get what you're saying, Black Son. But again, I don't look at what the strategy is. If all I'm looking at is the allegation, and you still but here's the point.
You proving my point.
No, here's the point though, Black Son.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take away from what these people did, despite how you look at the allegations or not. The base.
You talking about J6? No, those are grown people. Those people got arrested. What are we talking about, MD?
So why can't we look that same way when we take somebody is trying to collude or conspire a certain group of people? I can care less.
Because me myself, when it takes that long on just a conspiracy case, I'm calling it's bullshit.
Did that deter you from voting for Trump, Black Son?
No, not me, because
okay, case closed.
Right, but you're missing my point though. For the simple fact you're bringing it up and you're saying, these allegations, man, I take this shit serious. That's the whole purpose, to get you in that mindset.
I take defying the Constitution serious. That's what I take.
Right. Okay, exactly. Right. And that is the whole purpose of this. That's the whole purpose of this. Can we agree on that? It's not to lock him up. The whole purpose is to deter as many voters as possible. They are
but I started off saying that is not a litmus test on me voting for Trump or not. I said that in the beginning.
Right. And MD, but you missing me. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. That dumbass bitch in Fulton County, that dumbass idiot in goddamn New York, Mar-a-Lago, and DC don't know that. They are out of touch. They don't know that. We're in agreement. I agree with you, MD. I'm saying I get your point. But somehow you're not getting my point that they don't get that. They really think they're doing something. They really didn't expect. Yo, MD, do you really think that they thought indicting Trump would bring up his poll numbers? Did you really think that they thought that?
I don't know, bro. Like I said, I can't. I'm not in no position to predict none of that.
I'm in a position to, because he's not going to do a day of jail. So what is the reason behind this? Is to deter the vote. Because all this started when he started gaining momentum just during this whole goddamn pre-election cycle. They didn't do this 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. They doing this now. That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Hell, they could have been there. It's like I said again. I know if you familiar with conspiracy charges, they're the easiest charges to get, especially when they got recordings, especially when they got written documentation. Easiest shit in the world. Easy peasy. It's a bullshit charge, dude. It's a straight up bullshit charge.
That's
And
cool, man. I mean, that's cool. Again, that don't take away from none of the points that I made. You know
well,
what
no,
I'm saying?
the point you make is exactly what they wanted. They want people to be riled up in this whole thing and be discouraged. That's what they want. They not trying to damn.
So now you're saying I'm discouraged.
No. I'm saying
That's
that
what
is
you just
their.
said.
No. You saying no? You just told me you're not discouraged. So I'm going on your word that you're not discouraged because after all this, you just say you would. If it come down to Trump and Biden, you would vote for goddamn Trump. You said that. So I'll say, okay, cool. But that doesn't change the fact that them people are still trying to discourage people out there who most people. I mean, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to just say them dumbasses trying to persecute Trump thinking that shit's going to go one way and it's not going that way. They thought they're in a time warp. They're from a time where slinging mud and black publicity sunk a goddamn person's chance of being a candidate. Them days are over with. Trump goddamn brought in a whole new paradigm. This is goddamn making them stronger. This is like fucking Cyclops from the X-Men and shit. He's getting bigger and bigger.
All right, man. Yeah, I get your point. I get what you're saying. I think the message that you gave was not the message that I was conveying.
Oh, well,
So
I apologize for that. If I damn missed the mark, I apologize, man.
no,
Like I said,
it's all good. What I'm saying is, I'm not Trump's base. I don't believe that you're Trump's base. That don't take away from if we have voted for
man,
Trump
my
or not.
breaking up.
No, it's all good. I'm about to get off anyway. What we have to start looking at is where does our loyalty lie in terms of how we view the policies of these people versus the personality. I'm telling you that a vast majority of Trump's base, they're not even looking at policy. They looking at.
I agree. You know what? I would agree with you, but that's their right, though. That mean we live in a free country. That's. I mean,
and it's my right to identify it.
You're right. You're right, because you're politically astute like that, and you won't call shit out. And I can't. All I can do is just stand back and be like, "Yep, hey, the BMD doing this thing." All I can do is step aside.
That was my whole point of making this video. That was my whole point.
But it works both ways. So I do see your point, but it works both ways though, MD. So yeah, you got the Trump base, goddamn rednecks and all that. They damn going on personality. That's no different on the other side what the prosecution's trying to do.
Well, you say what the prosecution trying to do. The prosecution is going.
They're doing the opposite.
Personality.
Yeah, off personality. Oh, Trump did this.
They not politicians. So what else they gonna go off of? I mean, you can't charge nobody off of policy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can charge a person all kind of weird shit, believe it or not. But
I mean, we talking about like corruption and like shit like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're not. They're not doing that.
Again, the easiest charge is conspiracy. That's the easiest charge. So, yeah, it took this long, and then all you can come up with is a conspiracy. That's all you can come up with. That's all. Man. Out of 3 years, you can come up with a conspiracy. I know niggas on the street that get conspiracy charged within 3 days. Especially if it's, and this is just on a goddamn tap phone conversation. Or just goddamn somebody goddamn dropping a dime. I'm not even talking about written shit. We talking about conspiracy with writings allegedly and phone recordings allegedly and videos allegedly. But you gotta. It takes you 3 years. 3 years.
Well, one of these days I'm gonna do a show, probably sometime next week. I'm gonna do a show breaking down the indictment. So,
okay.
Clear understanding on what the charges are.
Right.
And why, based on the reports, based on the the affidavits of certain witnesses why he got those charges.
Right.
So I'm just leave it at that.
Okay.
Because
Well,
like I said,
maybe you'll be more convincing than goddamn Judge Napolitano because he did a show on that and it wasn't convincing at all. So, but I don't know if it was biasness on his part, but maybe you can look at it unbiasedly because he did the job and I'm just like, oh, it's bullshit. So, and he was being interviewed by Tom Sawyer by Alex Jones. So I'll give it that. But again, maybe you could do more convincing job than him because when he explained it and broke it down, it sounded like some bullshit.
that's cool. Again, I skimmed over the report.
Right. Understood.
They got some stuff in there, and that's not to go against what you said. They got some stuff in there that was already known, like the harassing of the woman in Atlanta. I don't agree with what happened to her. Like the damn
Wait, so they're tying the harassment of women to Trump?
Yes, because it was directly tied into one of the co-conspirators that put her information out. It's 6 co-conspirators in the case.
Right, but I think based on what happened to her is based off that video that I saw her stuffing ballots. That had nothing to do with Trump's.
And I'm glad you said that because they get into it. They get into it in the report.
Yeah, it's a stretch. I get what they're doing.
You call it a stretch, but that don't take away from what happened to her. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what happened to her, but then they arrested the dude, right? They arrested Buddy.
The co-conspirator is the one that authorized showing the video, in which in turn Trump authorized the co-conspirator, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Yeah, it's a stretch, bro. Yeah, I'm calling bullshit again. I know. I get it, bro. And then, I'll be there.
Huh?
No, I said I'll be there when you break it down. Hopefully you do a more convincing job than Judge Napolitano, because
I mean, I just do a convincing job or nothing. I'm just trying to break down the report.
Okay, I got you. I got what you're saying. Okay, fair enough. I got you. Well, maybe we'll have to, yeah, that sounds good, bro. I'll definitely excited about that because I know you'll catch something because like I said, he's on a time show. I'm sure you'll catch something that maybe I didn't catch when I was watching his shit. So, okay, that sounds cool.
Well, I mean, what is it for me to catch? I'm confused.
I don't know. Well, because he's on a time show, so maybe he didn't go break down the whole thing.
Well, I ain't gonna break down the whole thing. It's 45 pages long.
Right. Well, maybe he skipped through some shit that maybe you'll catch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
bro.
that.
I don't know what I could do differently than Judge Napolitano did. All I want to do is go through the report,
right,
and point out a couple of things as far as what the allegations are, and that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta go check this out. I just wanted to jump on real quick to talk about that.
Good show, by the way, man.
And
I'm disappointed in Yanga, man, but it's not Yanga's fault because I told him you were gonna go on at 3:30, and then when I checked it again, you changed the time. So, man, shout out to Yanga, man. But I wanted.
I was busy.
Yeah. No, I figured as much. But yeah, man, I hope Yanga go back listen to the show, man. He could join us next go around. But yeah, we were waiting, bro. We were waiting, shit. But then he changed the time, so I was like, okay, well, shit. And come back at 5:30.
Well, all right, man. All right, yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. We'll see you tomorrow, Reno.
All right, y'all. We out.